understand that. Yo, what's good, people? Lady Do, salute. I'm back too bad. What's good, bro? Jose, what's good? What's good with it? A1, what's good, bro? I know what's good. Appreciate you sliding through. How you enjoy that master class last night, man? BC, what's good, my bro? What's good with y'all, man? We're gonna talk about this good card that we had, and we're gonna talk about the hate. Why the hate that? Why my boy getting all this hate? Let me know if that music too loud, y'all. Make sure that music ain't too loud. What's good with the family, man? Salute to everybody. Queen, aka Miss Sunkiss. Salute, Queen. Appreciate you stopping through. Pop a lot. What's good, bro? What's good with you? You enjoyed them fights last night, bro? What's good with the family? A1, my bro. BC. I think I got everybody. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all enjoy these fights last night? Man, what was the fight of the night? Did that main event deliver? You know, because it's a lot of talk going on, man. I hear more critiques and I hear more negative criticism than I hear people giving them his just due. So you know that's what I'm here for. You know, if people ain't gonna do it, then I'm damn sure gonna do it. And again, you could critique the missing of the weight and all that. I'm cool with that. But it's only so long you could stay stuck on that. Because after that, what do you got? He still had to go out there and fight, right? Still had to go out there and fight. Out in LD, what's good, my bro? Appreciate you sliding through. You know, after the weight, complaining about that weight, you got to go fight. And Conceicao say he was going to make Shakur pay for missing weight. You know what I'm saying? Say he was going to make sure he made him pay for missing weight. I don't think he did that. I think he missed that shot by a wide margin. And I had some people saying the fight was going to be like a 9-3 type of fight. It's going to be, and I kept saying competitive, but then the more I heard people keep like, you know, making it seem like it's gonna be close, the more agitated I got. I told people it wasn't gonna be close. Wasn't gonna be no knockout. I said that, but if he did get one, it would have been late. But I was expecting this kind of ass whooping. But what I took from it, man, the body work that he did, that's something. I don't want to say it's new, but the effort, man, the time spent. Like I think it's safe to say he went to the body consistently in every round. I don't think he forgot about the body for 1 second. Somebody said something about headhunting. I'm like, headhunting? Well, you watching the fight? Because he was going to this body. At one point, the body connects was like 57-4. It wasn't even close. And you know, as per usual, you got these weirdos hating. You got Teddy Atlas hating. You got Rolly Romero hating as usual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he a monster, BC. And your boy, you know, I was there in the flesh last night. I was there in the flesh. Salute to my bro Mike Biggs. Hopefully he popped through here. I got to meet Mike Biggs, man. Unfortunately, I didn't get to run into my bro Clarence, man. But I ran into Mike Biggs, man. So definitely, I think the whole card delivered. It was a good card from the beginning. I said this from the minute they announced what the undercard was going to be. I told you them top ring prospects was going to shine. Facts, Jose. The ring don't lie. And again, remember the point I was making earlier when I was saying this shit ain't going to be about weight. People trying to make it too big a deal than it need to be. Nobody walked out of that arena and walked out of that place feeling like, yo, damn, man, if it wasn't for that 1.6, man, then he would have had some trouble. And this is what I said the whole time. That's why there's nothing wrong with holding him accountable for missing a weight. Shit, he held himself accountable. Did anybody listen to the post-fight? He said it. I signed the contract to make. I should have made the weight. He said it straight up. They ain't make no excuses. Told y'all he was pissing orange, yo. The dude told y'all he was pissing orange. What was he supposed to do? What would have satisfied people? Him pissing blue? Like, I'm trying to, he would have pissed the rainbow, then it would have been cool. He would have went there, a dead man walking, then they would have been, man, I'm really concerned for Shakur. Man, shut up. And the man just told you he's pissing orange. You still talking about making weight? No, he ain't killing himself. That was a smart move, man. His body, that's your body telling you, man. You know your body tell you all things. Him pissing orange, I ain't no fucking doctor, but I'm pretty sure ain't none of us supposed to be pissing orange, bro. Pissing no damn orange. Nah, I ain't kill myself to make no 1.6. No, bro, I tried. I did my hardest. I've been professional my whole career, like he said, man. Hey, my body wouldn't allow it. Andre Ward, you know what I mean, supported. He understood what he was saying. Yo, you get to a point, and that's coming from a boxer. You know what I'm saying? You get to a point, your body won't allow you. That's what he got to. You got people talking about I question his dedication. I don't know if he hungry. Now I question if he really that good because he been bigger than everybody the whole time. That's why he been winning. I'm like, yo, are y'all serious? Do y'all believe that shit? Or do y'all think it's cool to say just because you think people will listen to it? Like, that shit sound bogus, man. That man wins fights with IQ and skills, man. Every time, man, he showed you some dog. He bit down and he started pressing Conceicao like I told people he was going to do. That's why I'm glad these lives get recorded, man. I said this. Said the more comfortable he get, you're going to start seeing him press this dude. I told people this. Now, he was hurting him a lot more than I thought he was, too. He was hurting that dude, man. Yeah, BC, man, they want my boy to piss a rainbow, bro. Nah, yeah, if he stay at 130, that'd be a bad move. Then he knows that. And again, I don't want to call this a bad move to stay at this fight, to stay there for this fight, but I believe they miscalculated and, they paid the price. You know what I'm saying? Losing the belt on the scales. You had people saying he did it on purpose. It was premeditated. He just wanted to have an unfair advantage. I'm like, yo, y'all crazy, bro. Now, after the ass whooping, you know what the story is? All the nut shots, yo. He kept hitting him with low blows. He was low blowing him. Did you see how many low blows he hit him with? So many low blows. That's why he couldn't stand. That's why he couldn't fight, because he kept hitting him with low blows. John not seeing the dude headbutt Shakur. That's why he had the little knot on his forehead. He was leading with his head, leading with his shoulder. Even the ref had to tell him. He damn near tackling him into the ropes, but you complaining about nut shots. Yeah, glad you took a couple of them with you. Stop leading with that big ass head. Bullet head ass, man. He bleeding with his head, trying to swinging like an amateur, man. Yeah, he reduced Put this in perspective, y'all. He reduced a gold medalist to an amateur last night. And I seen a post saying something about he can't beat Devin Haney. So let me just get this clear. Like, cause of course that's gonna be a hell of a fight. Cause respect to both of them. Devin Haney is a smart ass fighter. He good. He a hell of a fighter. He a gym rat. There's nothing negative to say about his approach to the sport, right? To beat him, you're gonna have to. It's gonna take a hell of a fighter to beat him. I truly believe that. But y'all telling me as a measuring stick, you can look at that fight from last night and say, yo, you know what? He don't beat Devin Haney. You really serious? You telling me this right now? And I said this, and there's no slight to Devin Haney. It's just an observation. We all seen him fight Kambosos, right? We all seen that. We pretty much seen a 12 zip, right? I don't think nobody gave Conceicao a round last night because I ain't see a round. I was there. I didn't see one fucking round that he won. No bias, no none of that. He was getting touched up. Man, I had a perfect angle on that action. Y'all could just see the punches getting whipped in there. I'm like, man, yo, I could see when he was staggering him, when he was hurt, when he was breathing hard. Like, I'm like, yo, I could see all of this. And I told dude right on cue, he going to slow down around the 6th round and look at him. Look at him when he was walking to his corner. I say he's tiring out, man. He already was swinging big and missing early and getting touched up. So you was fighting at a pace that wasn't too fast, but the fact that you was getting touched up and missing big, you was more tired than normal down the stretch. So once you got the 6, definitely slowed down some more. Yeah, all excuses, Jose. All excuses they gonna make, man, because they can't beat them, yo. In peace. Salute, my bro. What's good with you? Man, you know it, man. Shakur, yeah, a shutout won every round. Now, and what the point I was making, and look, again, this is no slight. This is just an observation. When people have fights, and you know what weight class you going into, you know what name he mentioned, so you know what time it is. And I'm just saying, like, I don't think you could look at that fight and say, you know what, that ain't a performance that could beat Devin Haney. Like, he won't fight him that way, no doubt, and it won't play out that way, no doubt. It won't be a 12 zip because Devin Haney ain't coming in there to just let nobody walk through him. And that make no mistake about it. But when we talking about 12 zips, which 12 zip are you more impressed with? Devin Haney Kambosos or Robson Conceicao Shakur? And who fought the better opponent? Get what I'm saying? Like, what do we really be talking about when we quick to say who can beat who? And again, it's going to be all our opinions until they get in there. But I think it's within reason to at least say, like, off their last performances, you know, that's his undisputed performance. Going over there in Australia, doing his thing over there. He did his thing. But what did they say? You know what I mean? He was jab heavy. All he did was use a jab, this, and that. Did Shakur go out there and only use a jab last night, or did he show you an offensive arsenal? Did he show you that he got an uppercut in his arsenal? Because that's a nice punch that he was using last night quite often. Them left uppercuts, he was slipping them in there. I don't know if anybody was catching him, but you can't walk away from that performance saying he only did this or he only did that. You get what I'm saying? The only thing you can complain about is not getting a stoppage. And again, man, everybody's not a home run hitter, man. He was breaking that boy down, hurting him with body shots, had him, like, you know what I mean, crunched over, like, you know what I mean? He ain't want no more. He was beating on that boy. He was beating the fight out of him. Shit, even EJ tweeted. He said, man, they need to stop this. He's like, the corner should stop it. That's coming from a boxer. That's Big Fish himself. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that's how bad he was getting his ass beat. Shakur is special, and we all know. I hope he gets Loma first. Me too, because I ain't mad if him, and I know he ain't going to get Devin Haney right away because Devin Haney tied up. But I'm just saying, as far as the comparison, man, don't tell me that 12 zip just look a little bit different, bro. That 12 zip look a little bit different. I seen a lot more offense. I seen a consistent body attack. I seen a willingness to engage and not play it safe and be on the outside. And he was at home. He wasn't going for none of that. Don't give me that. He ain't come in there and play it safe. He went in there and fucked that boy up. Remember, he was telling him, I'm going to beat the shit out you. What did he do? Did he or did he not beat the shit out? He beat the shit out that boy. He's beating him up all fight. He had him hurt. You know what I'm saying? He dropped him. You get what I'm saying? Like, the only thing he didn't do was stop him, yo. Facts, Jose. Great. I'm telling you. Which 12 zip look better? Mm-hmm. Telling you, man. I think Shakur toughest test at 35 is going to be Tank. If Devin Haney is there, man, that's going to be a tough fight for both. But I got Shakur winning that right off the bat, man. I see what I see, and if I'm wrong, then y'all know I'll be here first thing telling y'all I was wrong about it. Yeah, he did his thing last night. Got to give him that. Yeah, he was 100. Like he put that little not making weight shit behind him. He ain't let that shit creep in the back of his head. He went out there and he pitched the shutout. You know what I'm saying? Pitched the shutout impressively and showed you a nice amount of offense. You know what I'm saying? Switching it up. You know what I mean? Going to the body constantly. Like, man, this dude hit him with almost 80 body shots. Like, he was punching the fight out this dude, man. Breaking his will. You seen his legs look like they was going, man. He was on him, man. A little bit more. He would have got him up out of there, man. A little bit more. These so many headshots, so many punches are far worse than that one punch. Yeah, one punch knockout. Yeah, and he was getting beat up for 12 rounds straight up. And you lucky Shakur ain't a concussive puncher. You know what I'm saying? And you would have made it to because you would have sustained a lot of damage. That's why they was giving him IVs and shit immediately after the fight. The ambulance was checking him out. They like, man, your team. You see how much they was checking him out for like several rounds straight? I thought they was gonna stop it in the corner. The way they kept checking him out because he was getting hammered. I'm like, yo, he getting beat up. Y'all can say what y'all want, but this shit is impressive, man. I'm about to play this video, man, from some of the people and some of the stuff they had to say. So y'all can see some of this hate that I seen. I seen a lot of hate last night, man. I seen a lot of hate. Shakur gonna be the next great all-around boxer. Yeah. I think he gonna be. I think that's what it's gonna be. I think that's what it's gonna be. Facts. They was killing them though. Pop, they start questioning this man IQ, his boxing ability. If he hungry, I'm like, man, yo, damn, y'all seen all that from 1.6 pounds could make you feel that crazy about somebody. They reduced that man's whole career to that one moment and one miscalculation because they got to own it. This is why I appreciate fighters like Shakur Stevenson, when asked about it, he gave you a straight answer and he owned up to it. Yo, I signed that contract. That's what you want to hear. It's like we can hold him to it, but he holding himself to the fire. He disappointed that he missed that weight. I'm telling y'all, that was supposed to be a title defense. And then after that, he was supposed to have them belts as leverage to go up to 35 and do his thing for more. So that's something that's gonna hurt him a little bit. You get what I'm saying? He might have to deal with politics for a little second, you know what I mean? So there's that whole notion that he missed weight on purpose to have an advantage. That shit was wild. I'm like, man, y'all really, that's what y'all taking from that? So the piss and orange don't matter. He ain't pissing orange. That's regular. Like, yeah, nah, he spoke that. You signed that contract, kill yourself. I don't care if you gotta kill yourself. Man, hell no, bro. He got a whole career ahead of him, man. But man, he's 25 years old. He got a whole career ahead of him. And the thing is, I said it to people, like, y'all act like missing the weight was so surprising. Y'all knew he kind of looked big anyway. He's a solid dude. Go up. I just wish that he would have did it more so on his own terms than allowing his body to force him up there. Like, he should have went one fight before. But again, I said the hometown fight was probably like, you know, and you get what I'm saying? Like, who would turn it down? It's like, yo, you can fight at home. He like, fuck it, yeah, I'll stay here for one more fight. You get what I'm saying? When he probably should have went up, but they like, yo, it's a hometown fight. I gotta take this opportunity. I might not get it again for a while if he get it again. You get what I'm saying? Because you expect him to do bigger and better things, and it's so much bigger arenas than the Prudential Center. So for the opponent that he was fighting, it was fitting the hometown. You know what I mean? Gave him a home fight. And he cooked his ass, you know what I'm saying? He cooked his ass. Amber coloring urine is a sign of severe dehydration and poor liver function. Man, talk about it, KJ. Salute, my bro. Appreciate you for sliding through. And that's what I be saying, man. And if we be preaching the fighter health, we got to keep that in mind. Like, again, like, because, you know, some people was complaining or they was very critical, should I say, about him not even trying to make that weight. But he's telling y'all, like, yo, I tried it. Like, anything more, I'm gonna be unhealthy, and I just can't do that. My health really matter. Like, I can't push my body no more than I pushed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta put into account that you gotta take into account that they just made a mistake. It's just what it is. There's no excuse. It's none of that. It's just a mistake. That's what a miscalculation is. Because if it wasn't, then he would have made weight comfortably, and he would have just, you know, went in there and did his thing anyway. But the fact that he didn't is lets us know that it's time for that weight class up, and that's so many more good fights right there. 135 just got crazy. It just got crazy at 35. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Facts, Jose. That shit just ain't healthy. Dr. Mark, salute, OG. Appreciate you for stopping through. Yeah, you know it. You know it. They was bashing, man. They was bashing on him. I'm gonna play this little video real quick, y'all. Fake salute, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through. I'm gonna play this little clip. They was on. I'm like, damn, y'all be hating, man. Y'all don't like my boy. They ain't like my boy. They was mad at Shakur, boy. They like, man. Watch how Rolly hate, y'all. Watch how Rolly hate. Watch how Teddy Atlas be hating. And then EJ chimed in too. Said, he was saying Shakur's doing this thing pretty much. He gave him credit. Rest of them was hating. Like these, look at the haters. Look at this dude. Best boxer in the world, but gets cracked like fuck. Has no power, constantly throwing low blows and throwing people on the ground. And the biased commentary is beyond bullshit. Y'all motherfuckers following this shit are sheep. This is Rolly. This the same dude that got put partially concussed against Tank just to get up talking about, you know, he won every round and then had to come back and admit how hurt he was after the fact. This the same guy. This idiot right here. Clown for boxing, man. Clown. Yeah, we following it, bro. We don't care about the commentary. We know what we watching. He wasn't getting cracked all night. He made it sit in Top Rank saying Keyshawn is the best finisher in the sport. The fuck is this shit? Yeah, I thought I heard him say that. That was a little crazy too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I agree with this. I agree with Slowly. I'm gonna start calling him Slowly. He ain't even roll. He's Slowly. Start calling him Slowly from now on. Yeah, that was bogus, Keyshawn. But Keyshawn did his thing last night, though. So let me get this straight. They said Robson landed only 3 punches to 30 in round 5. Does that make any sense? He said he got cracked clean all night. No, he didn't, bro. If he got cracked clean all night, dude would have landed so many more punches than what he landed, bro. Like, this dude is an idiot, man. That's you can tell when somebody is hating because you can hear it in their assessment. It's just not a fair one because he pointing out all negative shit. That means you're a hater, bro. If Robson or Shakur came out of my pop's left nutsack, there would have been a KO. Look, that don't even make sense. Like, I know what he's trying to say, but it really don't make sense. You slow. Know what I'm saying? The last time I checked, you didn't knock somebody out in your last fight. You was the one getting knocked out. Now, here goes Devin Haney. Conceicao is dead, he's saying. The laughing emoji. So I guess he... But I don't know. I don't even know what to take from that. Conceicao ain't come in there dead. He came in there smiling and in shape. He made weight. All this good shit. Fully healthy. So he ain't come in there dead, man. He walked out of there that because he was getting his ass beat. So, dude landed more than four body shots. So I guess he critiquing the punch stats. I'll tell you what did land. Shakur landed more than a jab last night. And again, I'm going to keep saying I was right there. I had a great seat, great angle on the ring and all that. Shakur got to stay sharp. He definitely stayed sharp. The whole fight. What else you got to say about my bow? What else you got to say, man? That's just Shakur Wash dude. Yeah, yeah, they facts, kind of. Devin Haney. I don't know what Devin Haney doing, but I want to see what his response is going to be to Shakur saying, look, now here go the hating ass Teddy Atlas, y'all. One-sided fight, but since Stevenson has no power, Conceicao can gamely hang in there. Did y'all see a lack of power in there, or did y'all see somebody hurting somebody? And he's not a knockout puncher anyway, y'all. Watching Stevenson is like going to a baseball game. You seeing pitching, not hitting. This dude is a hater. Can't believe I stayed up past midnight to watch 11 rounds of this. Look at this hater, y'all. Listen to him. Let's look at him hate, y'all. Well, read it. You can't listen to him, but look at this fool. Would you like to see Stevenson actually tested with elite guys now? Yeah, you idiot. Don't care how long you been in boxing. You hating. Old man. This old media right here, y'all. This old media. I understand the commentators are homers, but could they say that once, of course, slacks pop and should throw combinations instead of 1-2. Listen to this weirdo. You guys awake. Look how he hating. Look how he hating, y'all. I saw a good chin. I saw a good offensive arsenal. I saw a guy willingness to put himself in the fire. I don't need the commentators to tell me he's talented plus controls range, but he's not exciting. I don't need Teddy Atlas to tell me he's not exciting because he is. He's not a knockout puncher. What you want him to do? And yet again, sure he's talented, but you can also tell he's not in there with a Ray Leonard. What do that mean, y'all? Anybody know what this mean? And yet again, sure he has talent, but can they also tell you he's not in there with Ray Leonard, or are we dumb? Who said Conceicao had anything to do with Ray Leonard? How do you even say that in the same paragraph? Like how? Let alone the same sentence. How? Who mentioned Ray Leonard and Conceicao in the same breath? Look, that's how you know when people are hating and reaching. This is why I say this, yo. You can tell by somebody's assessment if they are hating. It's okay to critique the negatives, but when they don't mention nothing that he did well, like nothing at all, it's hate. That's hate. They all point out all negatives, one after the other. All just think, y'all, all because he didn't get a knockout. This dude 12 zipped him, hurt his man on a couple of occasions. Dude was game. He knew how to survive. He never been knocked out before. Shakur Stevenson is not a knockout puncher. He's the epitome of the sweet science. So we all know that going in. So why would you even paint the narrative like he got to get a knockout to be exciting? Get your ass out of here. Andre Ward ain't always getting knockouts. Come on, man. Get your ass out of here, man. This the hating shit we got to deal with in boxing. Old media, man. Teddy Atlas. He just want people to tune into his podcast, yo. Not even in there with Bob Leonard. Who cares, bro? Nobody said that. Oh, what's this? Fight yesterday, though. Yeah. Oh, he telling him like what he was trying to do. Like, yeah, he brought the fight. He brought the fight for real. That's what I'm saying. They can hate all they want, man. This boy different, man. He different. He pitched a shutout, and they still complaining, y'all. They still complaining after 12 zip, yo. Now here go EJ, the only one kind of want to give him his credit. Shakur trying to get his ass out of there. That's what you seen. He was trying, bro. He just, he ain't got the most power, but he was hurting him. You know what I'm saying? Look, EJ feel like the corner was supposed to stop it. So EJ don't know what he talking about. That's why it's all opinions and everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? Just one shot not going to do it. I agree. But you see, EJ wasn't slighting him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fanboying, but he ain't slighting him. He giving him his credit. I mean, Shakur said, put a name on my table when they was signing contract. So my question is, who gonna step to the plate? Facts, count him because he on it. Good, sharp shit. He want all types of smoke. Rolly he got famous for getting knocked out, man. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes do is run their mouth. There you go. Look at the quote. Another dominating performance. I'm just tired of I'm at the point in boxing, y'all. I'm tired of people being overly critical. And it's a such thing of that. There is nothing wrong with being objective all you want. If you want to critique, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. But at least be realistic, man. Be realistic. People overdo it, yo. Y'all expecting them to do what? Become a knockout artist all of a sudden? That's not gonna happen. So you gonna slight him every fight that he don't get a knockout?
In the fight, I mean, like I said, I've been there, dealt with that man. I know. My thoughts is, hey, another spectacular performance from Shakur Stevenson. I felt that he showed maturity, especially coming off everything he's been through with the weight and everything. He still showed his composure and he did what he had to do. I thought honestly that he could have stopped him, especially with the knockdown, but. Took his foot off the gas, and like you pointed out, it could have been because of him trying to make weight this whole entire week. So we'll see what he does at lightweight.
Jamel,
I don't really think he took his foot off the gas like that. I think he was trying hard enough. I think it's a line there, and I don't think he should have went any harder than where he went. I think he tried very hard to get a knockout. He tried. He was in there. He was pressing. Dude knew how to survive. He grabbed when he needed. He did a lot of grabbing, tussling, and little shit like that. So I don't really think he took his foot off the gas. He was on his ass. Terry Schmoop, salute, my bro. What's good with you?
You know, taking care of business at 130 is one thing. 135, it's a whole nother
different
animal.
I get it.
But he a whole nother
Don't
animal.
Don't get me wrong.
Fuck,
Shakur
man.
Stevenson may not be the biggest puncher or the biggest hitter moving up, especially coming from this division going up to the next division. But he still has the technical skill level and the skill set to hang with a lot of those guys out there. I believe he'll still frustrate and grab a couple of those titles, if not all the titles at lightweight. But he has to be smart. You can't go in there. And just walking everybody down like he did tonight. I mean, eventually he can if you break him down, but you have to be smart while you're doing it.
Just want to get your thoughts overall on Shakur's fight out there, man.
Oh man, he did what he had to do to get the job done. Little bumps and bruises along the way, but we got the win. That's all that matters.
Conceicao was really awkward out there, man. Did you think that he was going to come that awkward?
Yeah, of course. From his previous fights, we know how he was coming. We know his fighting style. We know he was very strong and durable. He's an Olympic gold medalist, so he knows what he
made a gold medalist look like an amateur, y'all.
His technique.
Nobody would know better than you. Who do you think will give Shakur his toughest fight at 135? Would it be Tank? Would it be Devin? Or would it be Loma?
Oh man, all of them is very technical in their own style. I think each and every one of those guys make Shakur raises his skills to the next level, and you'll see the best Shakur against any one of them.
At any point, were you nervous about him out there?
Yeah, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Pretty. My bad, y'all. Damn, yeah, I ain't know his opponent started boxing that late, but he picked up. He had a pretty decent record. I know his opponents wasn't no world beaters, but he was 25-5 with like 18 knockouts and only been knocked out once before that point. But yeah, man, wait till he gets a little heavier and a little bit more. He's gonna be had that KO power. He might have it at 35. Shit, you never know. He could be a little bit stronger. You know what I'm saying? Now that he ain't cutting as much weight, you get what I'm saying? It is possible. He did hit 25 a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's crazy to see. Like, as soon as he hit there, that's when he really it was time for him to get out of that weight class, and it's right on time. He ain't lose. He looked impressive last night. Like I said, I was in the building. The energy in there was good. The whole card to me was solid. I think it delivered. I wasn't bored at all. Keyshawn did his thing. I know people be real critical of Keyshawn Davis, but I think he did his thing last night, man. He looked sharp last night. He looked sharp last night and got his guy up out of there. Punched that man bun loose out the dude's head, man. The dude was trying to act tough and showboat a little bit, but I knew that was going to come back to bite him in the ass, and he got clipped. Jahai Tucker is another one of them prospects. He did real good last night, man. He gonna continue to improve, man. That dude like to fight, and he like to let his hands go, man. He got some decent power. Bet I got you. I got you. Oh, shit, my bad. It's hard to make 130. As you get older, you grow naturally, yeah. And I think that's his body, just told him, like, get your ass up to 135. Keyshawn's opponent was awkward. Kano was good with it, bro.
It was good, man. I ain't gonna stay on long, man, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the Keyshawn Davis situation, man. A lot of people are like going overboard with it, man. I mean, understand that this kid was fighting his fifth fight.
6, I believe. Yeah, 6 fight. He came in there in his fifth. Yeah, it was 5. He came in there with 5. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, why are we criticizing his opponents when you got other people that have fought 11, 12 fights with people that have no winning record? Yet somebody like Keyshawn comes in, has pretty decent opponents, man, through his first 5 fights, and all of a sudden it's still a problem. It's like, let the kid grow. Like, why are we being overcritical when you got somebody like him that's actually, willing to put somebody in there that's going to test them some? And, I'm not saying that they're world beaters, but it's better than the average people that are fighting under 5th or 6th fight. Would you not say, Just Do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree. I'm glad you came up here because see, that's a key word, and that's where I be going with it. We be being overly critical, and I'm gonna keep saying it because I observed something. I think people feel like the harder you go on the fighter, the more real you keeping it. Nah, it's a line there, and it's like it's a such thing as overstating it and exaggerating the situation, or you know what I mean, overreacting. Like the dude handled business last night, and when he got his man hurt, he stepped on it and got him out of there. Man, I was there. I was seeing them punches was landing clean. I'm like, this dude is out of there. He was punching on that guy, man. It was a good performance. He didn't get hit too cleanly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a fight. When a guy's fighting back, you're gonna take some shots, but I ain't see no cause for concern. I see a fighter that's improving. His confidence is growing, and he becoming more comfortable in the ring, and it's reflecting in his performances. Sis, what's going on, Kwee?
Now, y'all know Shakur my favorite fighter, but I mean, if there was one thing that I would critique from the fight, and it's something that a lot of people ask why he didn't get him out, you know, and stuff like that. It wasn't a lack of trying. What I think, and just hear me out for a minute. You'll see where I'm going with it, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He was throwing the punches at the same speed. And when you got somebody like that you're hitting easily, and you know you can probably get him out if you change the pace of your punches. Give him a 50% punch, give him a 75% power punch, bring him back down to 50%, man. You know, lure him to sleep and then bam, hit him with 100%. And that's the thing that I didn't see him do, and I wish he would have implemented that in his game, because that might have, I don't know, Conceicao might have still stayed up. But that would have been the way to give it a shot to see if he was going to fold or not.
That make a lot of sense. And you know what's funny? Because I heard one of the brothers, I think D Free, mentioned that same thing. And I pretty much agree. And I think the reasoning behind it, not to sound like I'm making an excuse for him, but I think the reasoning behind it, because him not being a knockout puncher and him electing to try to fight more, I think his mindset was just on, let me try to hit this dude as hard as I could each time, instead of, you get what I'm saying? Like, I think it's something he can learn from, because you definitely could go back and watch and say, you know what? Because that's constructive criticism. Like, yo, change up the speed, because it's something you know he can do, but it's something I don't think he did in that moment, because he was trying to make a statement and knock him out. So that kind of was an afterthought. The fact that he needed to, you know, that little small minor detail, something that he could take into account in his next fight if he in a similar situation. But I definitely agree. Changing up the speed and you know, creating a different opening. And I know he was placing the shots, but they didn't all have to be hard, because dude, Free was saying he was bracing for him because he knew it was coming. Like, you was, you know, I don't want to say loading up, but you was throwing all of them hard. You was trying to hurt this dude. Like, I seen the effort and I appreciate it. But, you know, moving forward, I think, like you said, if you change the speed up, which is something I know he's smart enough to do, you know, you just got to be aware of it next time in that moment, and you know, recognize that where you at in the fight, and you know what I mean, the advantage that could afford you if you were able to, you know, execute like that.
Yeah, and I think he's able to do that. He did it against Herring. He changed the pace of that fight, so I don't think it's a lack of not him knowing. He just, you know, elected not to do it for some reason or another, man. And the other thing is, man, that I hear. And I'm gonna debunk some of this shit, man. They're like, "Oh man, he got hit." I'm like, bro, you know, do you really think that he's gonna fight like that against Tank or Devin or Loma? Like, use your head. You know, he already got hit from Conceicao, and he already made it up in his mind. He's just gonna hit that war button. He didn't feel threatened by it, and so he fought a different style towards Conceicao. That does not mean he's not gonna go in. Y'all, man, come on, man. Let's not act like he's gonna go in there with that same game plan against other type of styles of fighters.
You heard what Heron was saying, like, you know, he can do that. He just can't fight. He got to be smart, bro. Would y'all stop? We know he fought the fighter like that because he knew he could afford to fight him like that. He's smart enough to know he ain't fighting Tank like that, because it's a lot more to worry about with Tank. He gauged that dude power, and he pretty much seen he ain't had that much for him. So he like, you know what? And I told people that once his confidence grow and he realized this dude ain't a big enough threat, and he ain't got to worry about him. He gonna press him, and that's exactly what we saw. We seen that, but you know, I don't with Tank having nuclear power and melatonin in his glove, he gonna be more defensive minded the entire fight, and I believe he gonna make Tank earn any and everything he get, and like a smart fighter would do. So this whole notion that but he can't do this with Tank. Like I seen somebody say, you know, based on last night, they don't think he could beat Haney. That's pretty much what they saying, and I'm like, that's pretty. I mean, it's still gonna be our opinions, and it's cool, and I respect them all because I don't think nobody crazy for picking Haney over Shakur. I get it, he's a hell of a fighter too, but I just got a comparison, and I'm not trying to do like a triangle theory. It's not even a triangle theory. I'm just saying we seen both of their last fights, right? We seen Devin Haney go over there to Australia and do his thing, and he 12 zip Kambosos. No problem. 12 zipped him, right? Their critique away from that fight was he was jab heavy this and jab heavy that. He played it safe. You cannot tell me last night, and I was there, I'm going to keep saying it, that he played it safe. He went for it, and he was not jab heavy. He showed you an offensive arsenal while being defensive minded as well and making himself a hard target to hit cleanly last night, although he took some shots because it is a fight. And he had 12 rounds, but the punch stats to tell you who was really landing. If you fuck the punch stats, just watch the fight. If you ain't see it, like it wasn't even close. This dude was dogging him, yo. He was dogging him, and that 12 zip look a lot different than the 12 zip we seen in Australia. And I know they got different opponents, and that's good because also who had the better opponent in front of them? Imagine. And I don't care if it was at 35 and you know, Shakur never fought there. Imagine Shakur fighting Kambosos, period. Do you think it'll look like what Haney did? And I know they're different fighters. Styles make fights, especially when you're able to implement that style. But just think about what I'm saying. Had he had that Kambosos in front of him, what he would have did, he would have painted a picture on that man. And then nobody would have been walking away talking about he played it safe or he was jab heavy. That's what I'm saying. So this whole notion that fight last night is just an indication or the bar that he wouldn't be able to beat Devin Haney. I think that's a miscalculation, man. He showed some dimensions in that game, in that fight last night, man. Sports brother, salute, bro.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't criticize Haney for what he did because he was supposed to do. I don't criticize Shakur for what he did last night because he did what he was supposed to do. Like, where we getting caught up in the situation where we played it safe? So what? If a fighter played it safe or not, did they do what they had to do to win the fight? That's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's what my take was. I felt like he did it the way he was supposed to do it. I felt like the way he executed, when I spoke on it, I said I felt like it was smart because he did it in a way that kind of took the judges out of it in terms of trying to cheat him. And if establishing a jab and making those rounds clean was something he needed to do to win, which I think was smart, then like leave no doubt in terms of like, look how clean he beating this dude. Like, I think that was smart. So I didn't look at it as a negative, but I'm just saying in terms of people comparing them performances, one guy, like I'm not knocking it, but one guy just was more offensively sound and present there that night. Like he showed you, he didn't sit there and just use one punch. He was mixing it up. And although once he started really going for the knockout, like you say, he didn't change the speed up, but he showed you some offense as well as being able to get out the way as usual. And I think it was a complete performance. He was stepping on the gas. He ain't play it safe. He stood in the pocket. He was pressing this dude and trying to hurt him and get him out of there. And I believe he did some real good work to the body that I think is something that could, you know, help him out in fights moving forward, especially at 35. Concentrating on that body the way he was, man. You ain't see some of them body shots kind of crunching dude over. I'm like, yo, is it me or is it? Because I know I'm seeing it. I'm like, he ain't liking them body shots. Them things look like they hurting. He was digging. I'm like, keep it up.
Yeah, I just don't get caught too much up, man, and how one person looked against it. Like, you know, at the day whenever they do decide to face each other, I don't think it's going to be no time soon because I think
me neither.
Haney's going to 140 after his next fight. That's what I think. You know? But anyway, at the end of the day, we have to wait for them to actually fight because those two styles are going to be different than what he looked like against Cambosos and what Shakur looked like against, because it's gonna be a totally different fight. So I
100%.
throw that shit away, man. Like I don't even look at that as a gauge to what they're gonna look like against each other.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and I think it was a bad comparison to kind of like look at it. It wasn't me, it's me more my response to it. Like I think that'd be a bad calculation. That's not a good example, should I say? Because for one, they're different opponents, different styles. But for me, I'm just focusing on like the maybe if you're gonna compare them, I'm gonna say I think Conceicao would beat a Cambosos. You get what I'm saying? And I think he fought a good opponent, and he still showed you a fair amount of offense as well. So to try to compare him and say that wouldn't be a good fight, it's not going to play out that way. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, it wouldn't even be a reason to compare them in that way. I just think they both put on real good performances, which lets us know when it's time for them to fight, whenever that do happen, which I don't think it'd be soon, like you said, it's going to be a hell of a fight. Just don't it's almost like they counting Shakur out almost. That's what I'm saying. That's what I felt like when they seen the fight there. That I could tell in the person's response and how they was saying what they were saying. It's basically like, oh, nah, after last night, nah, don't tell me he could beat no Haney after last night. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't think that's a good example or measuring stick to say that, because he pitched the shutout. And that's where I started like comparing it to. I'm like, if we grasping at straws, it's like he did show you a lot. He didn't play it safe. He really went for it. Like he was willing to take some shots, and he showed you he could take some. He took some flush, but he kept coming. It just was a hell of a performance against the opponent, and the way he chose to fight him was the right way. He gave the fans what, you know what I mean? The only thing he didn't give us was a knockout, man. He even knocked him down once. So
Right, man.
he drunk.
I know he said maybe it's Shakur just not a power puncher, nothing wrong with that. No, I don't think any of us has said. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say Shakur is a one punch knockout artist or anything like that. You know. But anyway, man, I appreciate you letting me on. I'm gonna step back out and let you, continue on with your show. I just wanted to get a little 2 cents in real quick.
All right, no, I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, man. One.
All right. Yeah, sports brotherhood. Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's what and we all cool with it. Kind of, we understand that because we know what we getting when we watching Shakur. Like that's one of his favorite fighters. It's definitely one of mine. So I was glad I got to see him live, and I think he performed well. And I'm not into tearing neither of the fighters down. Devin Haney, man, he ain't coming in there to let nobody whoop his ass. But I just feel like Shakur, generational talent, man. His pedigree is gonna always, I think, shine. And it's just a certain level that he can read. And he's so smart and reactive, and he got great eyes, man. He see everything in there. He see everything in there. And that shit, he got a slightly deeper bag. That's where I was going with that. And it's no slight. I don't want to make it seem like a slight. It's just from what I'm seeing. That's what I've seen. Like he has a more polished game as well. You get what I'm saying? It's just a little more polished. And I don't know. I like the way he handled business in there last night, man. It was impressive. But yeah, only the other top fighters. Because you got to think like how hard it is to retire undefeated. And I was saying this, if we all being honest, if we just jumping the gun and looking way ahead, or saying like when these dudes retire, they probably all going to have losses and possibly more than one. You get what I'm saying? Especially if they fight enough of each other or fighters on their, close to their level and things like that. So, I mean, I just can't wait to see some of them. He boxes like he drunk. Smart volume boxing gives Shakur a good fight. Yeah. And you know what would be key though, Fate, with the volume puncher? The key would be, are they going to be able to, get themselves in range enough to be able to utilize the volume? You get what I'm saying? Like one fight, like for example, right? Let me see. It's a good volume puncher, right? Like maybe like like Santa Cruz. You see what I'm saying? And he got some reach and some height with him too. He ain't the smallest guy, but he throws a lot of punches. But it's like my question would be, somebody with that type of style against Shakur, I would have to say, are they going to be able to get themselves in range enough to be able to utilize the volume? Because like what I'm saying is, I think Shakur defensively is special, like on a to a degree like Floyd in terms of being able to lower your punch output because he's so good defensively. So even if you a fighter that go in there and throw a lot of punches, he just puts you in a position where you're not comfortable letting your shots go, and then as a result, he end up lowering your punch output and making the fight sway in his favor more. Like Floyd was a fucking artist at doing that. He was like a magician when it came to that. Like if you was a fighter that, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people say, look at that Maidana fight. Look how many punches he was throwing. That's because Floyd elected to stand in that pocket. You seen in the second fight when Floyd moved around with Maidana, he wasn't able to utilize that volume because he wasn't able there. He wasn't never there for him to do it. Yeah, he definitely do. He definitely has the ability to retire and defeat it for sure. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not he'll do it, we're gonna see. But I always say this: he's just gonna be a tough out for anybody. He's gonna be a tough out. I think all in all, last night, man, it was a good card. I got to see some prospects perform, man. Shahad Tucker, man, he doing this thing. He nice, man. I like his approach to the game, man. Stormy B, man, salute OG. Appreciate you for stopping through. Showed you my take be different. Hope you checked it out. Hey, man, you always got like a educated, dope breakdown of the way that you do your content, Stormy. Always. I don't know if I ever said it, but you definitely one of one. It's nobody else that I could think of that deliver the content the way you do it. And your perspective is always dope. So even you one of the people where even if your perspective is different than mine, it's still something that I would want to listen into because it's going to be a dope one. And I like hearing different perspectives because that's how you learn. So, and I know you watch more boxing than me, so it's always good to listen to you drop your jewels on your show. Always. And I definitely meant it. So I'll be listening. I always tell people that I don't just go there to just support. I actually listen. Like I like to really listen to what somebody's saying. So I like to take something from your show. So if it's one that I miss, I'm definitely going to go back. Because I definitely catch your replays every now and again too. I'll make sure I go back and check a replay too. A prime Linares versus Shakur, good fight. Imagine that, yeah. Because Linares and facts, fake. Because that's exactly that style. He throw a lot of punches, and again, one thing that will help Shakur in a situation like that is his ability to control distance and range, and he know how to stay out of range of shots if he need to. Like he know how to do just enough to not get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think that's what make him special, kind of separate him from people. And last night showed, like I said, I had a good angle, a good seat, clear bird's eye view of the ring, and I got to see some good action, man. Them young prospects was bringing it. Shushu Carrington, he another one. He's a smart young fighter, man. I like his approach. Man. He came to fight last night. I think he hurt his thumb or something. He tweaked something on his hand. They had to cut his glove off or something, I believe. But he fought smart, and he I guess that's kind of some adversity, kind of hurting your hand and sticking to the script, because he definitely fought smart. He was pressing his guy, landed some good shots. He didn't get the knockout, but he got a solid win and some good rounds in. Yeah, bro, that's what I like about being there, hearing them punches. I'm telling you. Especially if it's a real, like somebody that really punch, man, you be hearing them thuds. Even when they get blocked, you hear them. Like, for instance, when I was with my cousin, I was watching Joey Spencer. That I keep saying that because that one stood out to me. I specifically remember hearing how loud his punches sounded, man. Even when they was being blocked, I'm like, yo, when this dude land, he's gonna knock his dude out. I know it, and he did. Shortly after, a few rounds later, he got him out of there. I'm like, I knew it. Them punches be different, and you really could tell the difference between the lighter weights and somebody that's heavier. You know what I'm saying? Like Shakur, being a 30-pounder, or being a 131.6 pounder. You know what I'm saying? He was. You could hear his punches a nice little bit too, man. He was stinging his guy. He was stinging that boy, man. He was landing some real good shots, staying in the pocket. I mean, he wasn't scared to get hit. Even when he got hit, he just bit down. He was determined. Look at his eyes last night. His eyes that tell you everything you need to know last night. He was coming to win. Look at his posture. Even between rounds, you see how fast he'd be getting up, ready to fight. Like he was ready, man. In shape, he didn't slow down. So Lopez versus Gonzalez. Lopez was doing good towards the end of the LeBron too. Yeah, man. Yeah, those dudes, man. Those dudes brought it too. I forgot to mention them. Not to slight them. Yeah, they did their thing too, for sure. The earlier fights. But you know, I was keying in on them prospects, so I got what I want out of the prospects. I thought they was dope. I thought they all put on some good performances last night. Oh god. Rolly was hating, right? Roll.
The big punches. The right hand of Marinez, and then a right hand, and he gets in the hook as well. And you know, look at it here. The big left hook from him. He has landed.
That's just because Rolly was hating. Beat up by Jackson Marinez.
Who do you want and when do you want him? We got to fight the champ. Set it up. Me and Devin, we can lock in. After he fight Cambosis, let's get it on.
Just one more time, just for people that ain't know.
Who do you want and when do you want him? We got to fight the champ. Set it up. Me and Devin, we can lock in. After he fight Cambosis, let's get it on.
Well, hopefully that's coming soon. Not right now, but soon. Is it fake? Is exhibition today? I ain't even watching it. Yeah. Punk. Oh, he timed out. Damn, my bad. My bad, fellas. But yeah, man. I just wanted to come do a little quick recap. I won't keep y'all here for hours and hours today on this one. I just wanted to let y'all know your boy was there in the flesh. And if y'all wanted to know how he looked to me in person, seeing him up close, that boy was very sharp last night. He was focused. I mean, very disciplined. Like, he was real responsive. When he got hit, you know he got his back. So, and he reduced the gold medalist to pretty much a amateur last night. Like, he really did a number on that boy. He did everything but stop him. He even dropped him. He did some of the best body work that I've seen Shakur do in all of his fights. I think that was the best body attack he showed in all his fights, and the willingness to stay there and keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what helped him slow dude down even more down the stretch. I'm gonna call it a fight, but I just ain't want me to be great. You could have called the fight if you wanted to. You could have been on here talking with the people. My bad. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I had read that Ortiz was going to the WBA to petition to be like the mandatory challenger or something like that for Stanionis, something like that, or something along those lines. So I'm cool with that. And if it's Ortiz that's wanting it, like I read, like that's him kind of like pressing for it or doing everything in his power to make it, I could appreciate that energy because I wanted to see Ortiz step it up anyway. So Stanionis would be a good step up fight for him. You fought McKinson. They gave you a little get back fight. Okay. You shook the rust off now. Go in there and getting there with a live dog, somebody that's actually coming to win. And I think Stanionis, I think I got Virgil in that fight, but I think Stanionis would give him a good fight. Especially if he could avoid getting hit or hurt with something too early. Yeah, he'd give him a good fight. It was me back. I gotta go get out the PBC contract. It got me stuck in PBC. It's the JDB contract, JusDueBoxing contract. You know what I'm saying? That you locked in. It's a lifetime contract. You gotta get it back in blood if you want out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the new death row. Saying, you know, it's just like defense facts. And that's the part that might hurt him early, like his defensive creativity, like just sitting behind a high guard is not going to do it. And you know, it's funny because Virgil got a very similar approach. He moved his head just a bit, but ultimately, like when he under fire, he sit behind that high guard. He don't really get too creative defensively. That's why I know Virgil going up against a fighter like Boots, he'd get ate up alive. And even with that approach, man, Stanionis do let his hands go. He got some decent pop. And I seen Virgil got a decent chin. I seen him buzzed a bit too before too. So I think it'll be a good fight for as long as it lasts. I think Stanionis end up getting broke down because he ain't gonna have to look for him in there. You know what I mean? He not a mover. He gonna come forward. So it's gonna be like two trains on the same track, as I always say. Somebody getting put to sleep. Somebody ain't gonna make it out. That I know. And I forgot to mention, yeah, Floyd Cashflow Diaz did his thing last night too. He had a good win. Stan wins, and this versus him going to be more hyped up. Yeah, it would, but it's like I wonder who gonna get this thing on this fight, because then I'm wondering who Boots gonna fight. Because Boots got a date coming up soon. I know he gonna announce it. He got a date coming up soon. I know he do. He said something. He already preparing. Like, I ain't saying he can't, but I know he in the gym. So I know he got a date coming up. So I'm wondering who they gonna give him next, man. And I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if y'all caught Blue saying Terrence Crawford ran down on him at the 7-Eleven and shit. It has some little slick shit to say. Message has some little slick shit to say to Blue, but aside from that, he's saying they both want to fight, him and EJ. And he say he think that Al Heyman or whatever, or the PBC holding the fight up, which is unfortunate to hear. It's good to hear that they both won it, but it's unfortunate to hear that anybody would be getting in the way of this fight. And that's as big as this one is, and it's an undisputed fight at that. So it's pretty sad that they fumbling the opportunity in the situation, and I'm to the point where I don't even care if it happened no more. It's like boxing gonna go on now. I'm of that belief. Like, I don't even care to see it as much no more. So if they do it, they do it. If not, so be it. Why is Bud even out? Should he be training? Yeah, Bud is training. He is in shape though, but he was out. Yeah, Blue Blood said salute to Blue. He said he ran down on him at 7-Eleven. And was talking to him or something like that. You know, let him know. Let him know. Yeah, he everywhere but where he supposed to be, right? Yeah, man. Think he said Blue. Yeah, I think he said Blue was out there last night. I didn't see Blue though. I think Mike Biggs said Blue was out there. Yeah, I seen where Bud Crawford was sitting at when I was there. Seen his little peanut head ass. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple of them. Edgar, I think Danny. That Danny. Yeah, Danny was out there. Danny Garcia. Shit ain't too far. But yeah, man. All in all, y'all, that was a good night. I mean, it was a good night. Good night of boxing, man. I enjoyed it. It delivered. That was a solid card. Them young prospects all put on, from Jahai Tucker to Shoot Carrington. And Keyshawn Davis as well. They all shined it. Keyshawn got a hell of a knockout. He broke his opponent down. Took his time, picked his shots well. weathered through some of that rough stuff. You know what I'm saying? I wish you had ran down me. I would have let him have it. But it ain't gonna run down on no civilian, man. But gonna get his sister on you, better chill. His sister come to his rescue. She don't play by her big brother Bud. Coach was giving Keyshawn simple tips, but yet again got lucky with another special fighter. Yeah, man. You see it, Faye. He did. He got lucky with another real talented young man. Yeah, his accuracy. That's why I said I think people just gotta understand that he's young, so his personality is gonna be somewhat what it is. You gotta be confident. I don't think he's super arrogant the way people say, but he just really believe in himself, and it's like all fighters do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself. You can't be halfway confident. Like, I'd rather for somebody to feel like he cocky than to question his confidence. You know what I'm saying? So that should get you beat up. You come to these hands, don't play. Listen to you. You want to scrap? You want to scrap? True Boots is special. Boots is a different kind of fighter. That's a fact, Jose. It's gonna take a special fighter to beat him. I keep telling people that. That's why I can't wait till you get the opportunity, because I'm putting my money on Boots. Anybody not counting Crawford and Spence right now, I think at 47, I think he beats and stops him too. Next fight. Yeah, Wilder's, Lomas. Well, you got Wilder, Clarissa Shields, Vanna Marshall, Devin Haney, Cam Bosis, Caleb Plant, Darrell. So yeah, we're gonna stay tuned. And don't forget today, I don't know if I'm gonna call these fights, but Joe Joyce and Joe Parker fighting today too, man. So I might call that fight. I gotta see, but I just wanted to come do this recap of last night, man. Like I said, it was a solid night, good night of boxing, and we got Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker tonight. But I might come back to call it. I gotta see where this card at right now before I jump back up here. Shakur and Tank with a fight. Would that fight be the fight of the year? With Spence? But shit. Spencer, if that fight wouldn't definitely not happen this year, but it had a potential to be a fight of the year whenever it do happen. But would it overshine Spence and Bud? Probably not, because they're bigger guys and they got undisputed on the line. But it'll be a big ass fight, no doubt. And it's a fight that if people don't get in the way, promoters and politics and bad business, eventually Shakur gonna fight one of them. He our fight tank. Like he ain't ducking nobody. I'm telling you, special fighter, man. He gonna be willing to fight whoever, but we'll see. We gonna see. Canelo potentially out for a year. Yeah, so he could rest and then come back and fight John Ryder or somebody. Oh, he gonna fight Fate. Come back and fight a John Ryder if somebody else don't beat him up first. Understand? I seen an interview with Edgar Berlanga mentioning John Ryder as a potential fight, him or Jaime Munguia. I should do a video on it because I ain't seen nobody talk about it, but I think those would be solid fights for him. It was, John Ryder ain't the most exciting fight, but Edgar Berlanga still need to develop still, so I wouldn't be totally upset at that fight, but a Jaime Munguia fight sound a lot better though. Yeah, wrist injury or some shit he's saying. Canelo is sending a bunch of money, gloves, shoes, wrap, everything, Cuba, trail, gym. Valentine told me we accepted, but he's up to something. I hope he not though. What do they think he could be up to though? Before I let y'all get up out of here, what you think he could be up to? Because I see you brought that up. I'm like, I will hope not though. Canelo a slick dude. Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez. They be killing them with the names. roasting his ass. I don't like that. More mad at us for calling him out about the steroids than he or the clenbuterol than he is for letting it be in his body, allowing it to get in there. So he tell you, salute, Queen. Appreciate you stopping through. He say, sweet talking fans. He's trying to gain more fans, maybe, or he's just that generous. He could be generous because he making all this free money fighting who he want to fight, Jose. You know what I'm saying? Could be. You know what I'm saying? Could be. Executing people excited. Remember, executing makes $100. Yeah. American dollars. That's it. That's crazy. Hopefully he got good intentions though, because he got more than enough, and maybe, and then you got to think too at the same time, Jose, is probably the stuff he donating and all that. If I'm not mistaken, those probably tax write-offs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Still a good gesture though. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it ain't got, it don't come with no ill intent. But time will tell all things. And I'm gonna let y'all good people get up out of here, man. Enjoy this this good Saturday, man. Like I said, I might go live for these fights. I gotta see where they at on this card and see if anybody even care about Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce. But it is a good fight and it's still boxing, and I like it. So maybe I might come back, man. But y'all smash that like button for me on the way out. Appreciate everybody in the building. Salute to the TWT family. Do a review on Loma. He said do a review on Loma and Wilder. Oh, they card. What you mean the card? Let me do. I got you on the Loma card and Wilder. I got you, bro. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. Y'all stay tuned until the next one. Peace to the family.